Hello, hello, everybody. It's great to be here on YouTube. I hope you're all having a very wonderful start to the week so far. Happy Monday to everybody. Welcome to the Elite Athletes College Recruiting Academy, where I am giving you every week some tips, resources, tools, and so on that is going to help you be able to go through this journey, the college recruiting journey, all the way from year 9 right through to year 12 with confidence, positivity, and to be able to absolutely kill the field in the competition. So it takes a lot of strategy, it takes processes, it takes systems, it takes research, lots and lots of research and hard work. So if you tune in with me every single week, you are going to get something new that you can use to put towards absolutely killing your college recruiting journey. And today in particular, I am talking about interviews, college recruiting interviews, and exactly what it's going to take to be able to really make a good, lasting first impression in every single interview. It's so important that you make those first impressions count, because in these interviews, you really only get one chance. That's it, just one chance. So you quite literally have between 5 and 7 seconds to be able to make that first impression count. Not long in the scope of things, but if you think about making an introduction, 5 to 7 seconds is actually quite long. So you do have time, but it takes practice. You have to practice. You have to research. You have to research the college, the coach, the team, the community. You have to know how to answer questions in particular about that college community that you've never been to before. So you really have to research, you've got to put in the hard works, and you have to practice. The only way to get good at a college interview, to be positive and confident walking into everyone, is to practice. So today I'm going to give you a few ways that you can make a good and lasting impression, so that between the time that you have your interview and the time that you are with that coach again, they know who you are. They still remember you from the amazing first impression you made on them during that interview. So you cannot be forgotten, and the only way to not be forgotten is to make that first impression count. So as I said, research and practice makes perfect. Role play with your family, with your friends, with coaches, with teachers, with whomever it may be. Role play and practice these interviews. Be prepared going into every single interview with already prepared questions, already prepared answers. So you want to have questions you're going to be asking that coach, and you want to have answers that you're going to give that coach to questions they ask. The only way to be able to work out what questions they are going to ask is by researching them. Talk to older college students, talk to past college students, talk to present college students, whatever you need to do to try and work out exactly how you can make that great first impression count on that particular coach. So make sure you're prepared with questions and answers, and that you are role playing to practice these interviews. So today I'm going to give you 5 ways that you can ensure you are making a perfect first impression in every college interview you attend. So number 1, practice your introduction. The introduction is what counts, right? But more importantly than that, it is your presentation and your hygiene. But first, you want to practice your introductions. You want to practice shaking their hand and holding eye contact at all times. Give a nice firm handshake, but not too firm. Don't give it a really weak handshake because you may seem like a bit of a pushover. If you go too firm, you may seem like you are trying to exert authority. So make sure you are shaking nice and straight and match the recruiter or the interviewer's handshake if you can. So practice shaking hands. I know that sounds a little bit like, really? Do we really have to practice shaking hands? Yes, you do. There is a lot that can be said by a handshake. Now, do remember we have to be COVID safe, of course. So this would generally not count during present happenings. But in any other general interview, you would use a handshake and hold that firm grip, match the interviewer's grip, and please make sure that your hands are clean. They're not sweaty. They're not horrible and gross. If you need to, wipe them first because an interviewer is going to appreciate that you have tried to avoid giving them a sweaty handshake. Nobody likes a sweaty handshake, I can assure you. Okay, so number 2, always hold direct eye contact at all times, okay? Don't sit there looking at the clock or at your watch. Don't look over there at the clock on the wall because you're not paying attention, and it kind of signifies that you would really have somewhere else that you would rather be than in that interview room. So hold firm eye contact at all times and make sure that you are not looking around that room, because when you are holding eye contact, people know you are listening to them and they want you to listen to them. But you can also, by listening to them, you can come up with a really good response to their question or to whatever they may be talking about. If you're looking around the room, you're just going to be distracted and your answer will probably not be very impressive at all. So make sure you are always holding eye contact. Then we have number 3, smile, right? You have to smile. Don't go in looking glum or sad or nervous or agitated. Smile. When you smile, your eyes smile, your whole demeanor changes and you look relaxed. Don't fake smile. Please just smile naturally. And that way, it really does make a good impression that someone can walk in happy and confident and relaxed as opposed to agitated, nervous, and kind of very straight-faced. So that's number 3. Now, number 4, as I said at the beginning, personal hygiene and presentation. The most important piece of this, right? You don't want to be the smelly person that goes into an interview and you are remembered for your stench. You need to have nice breath, brush your teeth, brush your hair, and put deodorant on. Make sure, you are looking and smelling very, very nice. What I would advise is for you to dress smart, clean and smart. So don't go in wearing thongs or flip-flops or cut-off jeans or anything like that. Wear nice, smart attire that is clean. It's not got wrinkles all through it. And it is, that's going to make a really great first impression, just the fact that your presentation is on spot. So really make sure that you are concentrating on your personal hygiene and your presentation. So make sure you have got all personal hygiene done, shower before, put your deodorant on, whatever you need to do to make sure that you are not that smelly person, because believe in me, if you go into that interview smelly, you pretty much discounted yourself straight away. And you have 7 seconds to make a good impression, and it's not going to happen if you are walking in there smelly. So that's number 4. And number 5, do not take any phones into the presentation with you. Do not take phones in. If there is some reason that you absolutely must take a phone in, then make sure that it is on silent and there's no vibration. Turn the vibration off and turn the sound off. A coach will hear your phone vibrating no matter where it is on you at that point in time that it starts to vibrate. You can hear it. So it is not a good look if your phone starts vibrating in your pocket while you are in the middle of an interview. So please, if you can, leave your phone at home, in your locker, wherever that it needs to be other than in that interview room. And do not chew on gum or mints or anything of the sort. Nothing in the mouth. Make sure your breath is taken care of before you go in, but do not have anything in your mouth while you are in that interview. It is not a good look at all if you are sitting there chewing away like a horse while you're trying to have an interview. And, you know, you can't give a good answer if you're about to accidentally spit a piece of chewing gum out onto the bench that you are. I'm telling you now, it's not a real good look if you're spitting out a piece of chewing gum onto the interview table. So please avoid having anything on you to chew. Now, when you are introducing yourself, make sure you are using your first name and your last name. Don't go in like, hey, I'm Brooke, how you going? Be like, hi, John, my name is Brooke Hamilton. How are you today? Much better, much more professional, much better spoken, and it just makes a much better first impression. So the last bit I want to leave you with is to make sure you watch and listen to the interviewer at all times. Do they seem quick to the point, or do they seem more like they would like to have a conversation, like a full conversation? You can pretty much gauge by the first few minutes of that interview whether a coach is short and to the point, or if they are willing to have a conversation with you about many different things. When you work that out, then you can work out whether you want to give longer answers to their questions, shorter answers to their questions, and whether you want your questions to be longer or shorter as well. So the biggest thing that I can tell you to do right now is to practice these interviews. Role play. Practice eye contact, practice smiling, practice that handshake, and always have great hygiene. And I can guarantee you are going to make a wonderful first impression every single time. Alrighty, folks, I hope that helps you a little bit, and I'm going to be right back here again next Monday for some more great tips and tricks for you. Alrighty, I hope you have a very wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.